Guys doing assignment because I have posted some more assignment.
Aravind, I have a quick question. Uh,
Yes, yes.
I kind of have the same issue as Satya has. Like, when I tried to
Mm.
work the airflow out on my Ubuntu system, it kind of crashed my the terminal first, and then uh, when I restarted, it just gave me the black screen.
So
Uh,
it is because of the Python, right? Have you degraded Python?
Yeah,
Some.
I had both the 3.1 and the 3.8 Python. I
Mm.
uninstalled the 3.1 and then I, went through the same process again with the 3.8, but it happened the same thing, and now I'm stuck on that black screen. I tried the instructions, you gave to Satya. They did not work either to get back the graphical interface. I was
Okay, so
hoping if you have any other maybe solution for it.
that issue definitely got it other people also. So something like, did you try these options?
Yeah, I tried those. Whenever I try to do the update, it just says the file is corrupted or the file is missing. When I try to install the Light DM, it said that I don't have it.
Okay, I had a similar problem and solved it by following a step. First, press Ctrl Alt F1 and you will see the terminal for login. Enter your credential, execute the command PSAUX this one. Then you will see the process, some process you have to, after that graphical login screen comes. Check this one. See, it is hit and trial because see, if we have, we cannot say like exactly which one is the solution. You have
Yeah,
to find, right? You understand my point.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
issue there, right? That's the reason these are the many
Okay,
problems.
I'll just take a look
Right?
at this one. Can you share just it at the chat, the link?
Rather than like because your entire nothing happened, right? Like as only the screen is gone, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I tried, to see if I can run Hive or any of those. Unfortunately, the it's not
Mm.
really, able to access it easily.
So have
So
to put and order of the drive. Mm, try this one. I think this
yeah,
guy.
I'll
This is
try doing that.
just you have to kill some process -9 and some process number. So you will see the some grep command you will do, right? This color light DM. Okay. So you will
Yeah,
get some like some process has already invoked. Okay. And if that process will kill, then automatically your skin will get back. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
See
I'll
now we
try
don't
doing
have
those.
what I'm saying is you have to just only choice is to try different options to get back. Okay.
Hmm.
Because the last worst option is like you have to do another machine. Okay.
Yeah.
But right. Okay. So Airflow you can practice on the EC2, right? If you AWS, okay. First you get back your screen. Okay. So
Okay.
if happened because of Airflow, right? You have degraded Python version. So just use Airflow you can use on the EC2. Okay. So it's just
Okay.
installation. You can install an AWS EC2 instance.
Got it, Arvind. I'll try doing these steps. If it doesn't work, then I'll just try putting in a new machine.
I'm saying first try 1 2 times. Otherwise, your new machine will take more time, right? Whatever you done, everything will
Yeah.
be gone.
Yeah. I'll try these. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I showed today EMR cluster, okay, like how to create our own EMR cluster, okay. So Lambda and API gateway, those practices you can do, okay. And now I'm going to show you EMR cluster. So it's elastic MapReduce, and so elastic MapReduce is a service, right? This is providing you Hadoop Spark infrastructure, okay. So how to create EMR cluster? So you go to the EMR, Elastic MapReduce, okay. Go to create cluster. So here, if you see here, the options are coming, okay. So here you have here is the cluster name. You can give any cluster name and choose EMR 7.00. And here is option custom. So what are the services you want? Already here the bundles, right? Like, okay, you want a Spark bundle, Core Hadoop bundle, Flink related services. So Flink will come and some Hadoop service will come. So it's a combinations. Okay. So I'm going to use custom, and whatever I want, I can keep it installed. Okay. I want Spark, I want Hue, I want Hue is a Hadoop user interface. It is basically used for Hadoop component, right? Like a Hive, like you can connect through the Hue. Okay. So you can connect database tables of Hive using the Hue. Hadoop, Scoop we can get it, Pig we can remove. Okay, Hive we can take it. Okay, or HBase we can just. I'm showing you, right? These are the services is providing the EMR. Okay, and one service is there, AWS Glue data catalog. So if I want to use my Hive table metadata, you know, right? Hive table metadata is stored in by default in Derby, right? So instead of Derby, so Derby is a small database which holds the Hive metadata. Okay, but if you want to say, right, I want to store in external meta stored uh, catalog, data catalog. So I can use AWS Glue data catalog. So it is external. So the advantage is you can, even your EMR cluster is down or shut down, okay, or you're not, or you have stopped your EMR cluster, even though you can query your metadata in Glue catalog metadata, right? You can query in the Athena. Athena, I will tell about. Athena is a like a Hive kind of tool, which is providing a query to the file in S3. Okay, so we can use the Glue catalog metadata. Here we can select if we want to add externally. Okay, and other option is data durability, and this all default option fine. Okay, so here is a option is coming, like this EMR is having the node in EC2 only. So EMR is creating a node on EC2. Okay, so this EC2 node, is there are three types of node are there in EMR. So one is a primary node that is called master node, core node that is kind of data node. Okay, and one more extra type of node is a task node. So task node type is basically giving a extra capabilities to your core node. So sometimes core node is not able to process data faster. So task node will be helping. Okay. So here it is by default taking a three node, one node, one master, one core, and one task node. And this is the configuration. We can change this configuration. It is a very higher configuration. So we can go for C C4 X large, C4X large, C4X large. So EC2 instance are different types are there. You know, compute intensive is there, memory intensive there, right? So M type instance are the memory intensive. C compute instance, right, where the cores are more. So these are C4 is a 4 core type. Okay, and memory is not higher. If you go for memory intensive M4, so it will be more memory intensive. So we go for this type of instance we have selected. Next is it is taking a default size is 15 GB, but you can increase the this is the EBS volume. I already told about EBS volume is a SSD, your disk space, internal disk space. Okay, so internal disk space for your machines. So this EMR cluster nodes are itself is the EC2 instances. So when you create a EMR cluster, it will create EC2 instance in background. Okay, so you will see the EC2 instance will be created. Okay, and rest other thing is like it is generating the log of your instance in the S3. So some path is taking. Okay, and here we have to select this option. This is a create security group option. So this is a key pair. So key pair we know if we use the same key pair, we can use the same key pair. Otherwise, we can create a new key pair for the EMR instance. Okay, but Amazon EC2 key pair instance, like we can use the same one, whatever we have. So we are using the same key pair. And if we have already a service role, we can choose the existing service role. It is already there. But if I want to create my EMR new service key role, it will create. Okay. So for first time, right, you don't have already service role, right? Because in the new service, new EC2, right, new AWS account. So first time EMR service role will not be there. So we can create a service role. Okay. And instance profile. Okay. So this instance profile, this IAM. So one, okay. So we can give the here also create new. Okay. So I'm showing you the new one option, but second time or third time you are going to create your EMR, you can choose existing. Okay. So I have already existing one. I have already existing one. I can select this create new. So I can create a new one. Okay, but when you are creating a second or third time your EMR, then you can select your existing one. Okay, so I'm creating a new one. Okay, and this is a optional IAM role. Okay, so this one will leave it without. Okay, so if this all settings are done, okay, we click on the create cluster, and it takes little bit time, right? In 5 minute time it takes to set up EMR cluster. So we can check, yeah, here a new cluster will be initiated. Can you see here? The new cluster is initiated, okay? And we have to connect master node. We have to connect to the master node here. So here you will get the master node IP will come. Okay. So you will see here the master node IP will come, and we will get the instruction how to connect to the master node. You remember, right? There is a SSH command, right? EC2 SSH command we get. So same thing we'll get for the master node, and then we can connect the master node. So how many ways you can connect? You have a Git bash tool you can connect. You can use Git bash, you can use PuTTY, you can use, but for PuTTY you need a PPK file. So you have to convert PuTTYgen, right? PuTTYgen to convert PAM file to PPK file. Okay. Or you can use MovaXpram, right? You can use MovaXpram, you can use, okay, if you have installed MovaXpram like this. So MovaXpram is okay. So this MovaXpram is multiple tabs are there. So we can connect to my EMR master node. So EMR master node, any job, right? Right? We run the Spark code. So how many ways we can run the Spark code? We can run PySpark shell, we can run, or we can run through the Spark submit job. Okay. So Spark submit job, we have to create a some py file and we can run the Spark job. So let's first see that if this cluster is created. So then we can go for running a job. Okay. So EMR cluster, what we need to understand, like how to create a cluster. This is the way, right? So the cluster can be large, right? Because depending on the volume of the data you are going to process, right? So sometimes we have um, like one primary and more than one core node and one task, right? So it could be a combination, right? So let the data. PPC issue thing. So this one, PPC subnet configuration was invalid. Okay. So it is giving the issue. So you have to, if VPC is not there, so you have to create VPC option. Okay, the mine is already created and choose specific. If it is not failed in like 3-4 minutes, so then it will be successful. This role we can create separately also. Okay, so if I show you this role, so we can create a separately the role. So in this role, the Amazon Elastic Map Reduce role. So when you create a role, so it's going to create role here and select here in. Okay, so EMR you select here and next you go. So automatically the Amazon Elastic Map Reduce role will come. Okay, we'll go next and go one. So I'm creating this role. Okay. EMR master role one. And we need to add some more policy, right? Suppose I want to read the data from S3. So I need a attached policy and here S3 full access. Suppose you are going to connect your EMR with Lambda, so Lambda full access. If you are getting the data from the DynamoDB table, so you have to add Dynamo full access. So you have to attach the policies in the same role, okay? And this role you can use. It is a subnet. Subnet is moving. Okay, so this subnet is coming added. If we see this 9C1, this subnet is invalid. So, okay. So mostly the cluster is failing quickly. So let's see. Color picture. That's going fail. Okay, I will check this one. Like some cluster issues coming. Okay, the database. So we see the RDS service. So they are the databases, right? We have different SQL and NoSQL databases services are there. So if we see document DB is MongoDB, it's managed MongoDB. DynamoDB is a NoSQL database, JSON key value pair. Elastic cache is an in-memory cache. It is like you heard about Redis. So Redis and Elastic cache, they are the two in-memory cache database. Okay. Key spaces is Cassandra. It's a serverless Cassandra computable database. Okay, memory and Redis also there. So Redis and Elastic cache, these are the two in memory. Okay. Neptune is also one. Graph DB. You heard about New4j. Okay. So it's a graph database is provided for the cloud AWS. And QLDB is also for laser database some managed service. RDS is a SQL. So we are going to create RDS. So RDS is a relational database service. So here RDS is like you can create a MySQL, Oracle, SQL server, right? You can connect to your AWS EC2 instance. You can create a database. So we can create RDS instance and there we can create a database. Okay. We will do for MySQL. Okay. So we'll go to the database here and create database. Okay. So here is the option in RDS, create database. So I'm selecting here, create database. Okay. So here is options coming. So standard create is there and it is the list of databases engine. Okay. So which database engine? So Aurora is like given by the AWS, Aurora, MySQL, or Postgres. Okay, and other combinations like other databases are there: MySQL, MariaDB, Postgres, Oracle, SQL Server. Okay, so we will try MySQL. Okay, so we'll select MySQL, and here it is saying which MySQL. So you have a right multi-AG node, right? High availability job, right? So you are going to create a DB cluster, database cluster, right? So, so it will be highly available database cluster it will create. So here, if you just enable it, you can do show version like okay, just for hiding. So you can select the version of MySQL. If the latest version, this is the 8.035 and older version is the 5 something 1.47. Okay. So 5737, 5738. So 5741 is there. So this 8 we take. Okay. And here is a template. So you want production, you want dev or testing environment, or you want free tier. So take it free tier 1 and you want to keep it your instance profile name. So by default is coming database 1. So you can give any like an instance name and the credential setting. So your MySQL database server you are going to create, the admin will be the username. So you know, right, when you install MySQL, you have a root, right? Root is a user. Okay, and it is saying write some password. So we can do 8-character password. So I kept it password. If you don't keep it, there is the option auto generate, but better to keep it your own password. Okay. And if you're creating a DB, if you're creating a database instance, so what type of instance you want to keep it? What type of instance type you want to take it? Okay. In the free tier, you want to select the category. So it is selecting this one. Okay. And it's storage, right? The SSD volume. So you can allocate the space. Okay. So minimum is saying 20 GB and max you can take it whatever limit. Okay. So auto scaling like up to how much maximum storage it can have the threshold. So that storage is taking. Okay. And here next thing comes connectivity. So if you want like your DB2 database instance should be connect from the EC2. So you can provide here which EC2 instance. So you can create EC2 instance if any instance is not there. So you have to create EC2 instance. So don't connect to EC2 instance. So you can choose this option. Okay. But suppose you want to connect from your EC2 instance. Okay. So you can select this option and you can create a new EC2 instance if it is not there. If it is there, it will be showing in the drop down list. Okay. So if we don't connect, so default VPCs are taking. Okay. And other thing is these are the optional things and password authentication. Okay, so it is pricing is showing like this monthly cost like this. So if this instance keep running 24/7, so this is the cost. Okay, this is the monthly cost is coming. Okay, so you can think of like less than $1 is the. So if you are running for 1-2 hours, so it is not too much. Okay, so this is like then we can go and create database. So it will create a one MySQL database instance. Okay. So sometimes when we want to load the data from the files to my database tables, right? So I can load the data from the files, or I can uh, get the database, right? I can create tables. So I need a client tool. So, so one is a workbench is there, MySQL workbench. So MySQL workbench you can install locally, and it will it will like suppose some EC2 instance you want to connect. So last time I connected some EC2 instance, so that profile is created. So if you want to create a new MySQL EC2 instance connection, so you can select here. Like this, I connected last time. So I need to give the host name, and default port, the port is the 3306 and admin, and whatever password I kept it. Okay. So I can store the password in the vault. Okay. So I will type the password and then it will. So when my new instance will be created, I will give the host name and I will set the password and connect with the my this database instance. So once my database instance connect, then I can create tables and those things I can do. Okay. So query editor is here. So if your once database instance created, we can get the query editor. Right now it is not coming. Okay. So once your database instance created, then we can assign to the query editor, and then we can do export in Amazon S3. Suppose you have some database table and you want to create a file in S3. So there is the option export in Amazon S3. So you can export your data as a file by using this option. You have an option for a snapshot, right? You can create a backup of your data. Okay. So snapshots we can take it automated backup, right? So it will once you define like for your particular database instance, and you select, and then you define the you want to manage cross region replication, right? Cross region replication means like across regions, right? You can take the backup, right? In not only one region, so you can set automated. So here we check our database instance is running or not. RDS service is useful when you want to connect any relational databases, right? SQL databases. So you can use MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server. So you can use. Suppose you want to take the restore. I told, right, if some files are there and you want to restore from S3, right? So you have a file, so you can tell your S3 bucket and you want to restore data in your MySQL. So you can tell about your MySQL, right? So you can restore data, right? So you can take the backup or data in S3 and you can restore. So it's basically kind of migration. You can restore the data. So this option is for restoring your backup data in S3. So if you want to create a database, so directly new database you create, or other option is suppose you have already a script file you have a data you have in S3, and from that database, that those data you want to create a new database. The two options are there: restore from S3, so you can create a new database by restoring the data, or you want to just create a blank database. Okay, so this option is creating a blank database. It's so I will create my own tables. Now I will check, meanwhile I'll check what is instance ID. So I go to the this database. So here I need this one, endpoint. So this is the I need. This is the endpoint. Okay. I have to get this endpoint and admin my user. Okay. Okay, let's see this one SSH. This is SSH username is mm, I will check it this connection. Okay. We'll connect tomorrow to see it's EMR and this I will together. Okay, I will see it tomorrow. I will take up. Okay, thank you.
Okay.